The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman, senior combo guard forward Mason Bates, and this is the Sprinkles Go Well on Tour. It's Mason. You look at this year, and we do these position previews every year. Right. And yet again, I guess we've tabbed you as a guard. Carson-Newman's offense kind of positionless, but one of the big men. You can play the 4. You've played the 5 in the past. What does this year shape up like when you look at Carson-Newman's quote-unquote post players?
I think for this year we have a lot of new guys that – we have some guys that have experience, but we have just new guys that are going to see some time on the floor this year as far as Dima, Chris, Brendan. Both of them are new guys that haven't seen the floor at all. And then Parker, who's seen the floor, played for Coach Benson for, I guess, 3 years now, and had significant time at his school before this. So it's going to be different as far as our forwards go, but I think we have pretty good chemistry with each other and mesh well.
Yeah, last year the talk was how does one replace Sawyer Williams. This year it's figuring out how you replace a Josh Murray, who is a physical freak, and again, kind of like yourself, Sean Jones played some guard, played some forward. With those players gone, what is the composition like down low to fill those shoes and fill those roles?
Well, I think what the biggest thing with losing those two guys is trying to fill the rebounding stat. So I think what we'll have to do with that is just, it's going to be more of a team effort of a rebounder because, Sean was double-double almost every night. Josh Murray is just, like you said, a freak, just a big guy. So just being more physical down low, making sure we're really finding who we need to find for box outs, and maybe hopefully our guards can run around, chase down some balls for us.
What's the biggest area of emphasis for your game as you head into your final go-around here at Mossy Creek? I
just want to try to keep it the same as I've always done. Try to be physical down low, knock down threes, knock down open shots when I need to, just make the right basketball play and try to be a leader on the floor more this year.
You mentioned Brendan Coleman, Chris Clayton, 2 freshmen, 2 red shirts. You've seen them in practice a bunch. What makes you excited about them actually debuting on the floor in live game action?
Well, both of them are very athletic guys. Chris, for one, very bouncy white guy, super athletic. Great rebounder, and they can both run the floor very well for those big guys. So hopefully with them we can get out in transition, even as them with bigs, and outrun other teams and get up and down the floor.
It really feels, again, we've been through this year after year, it feels weird to call the forwards or centers. You look at a guy like Brendan, he's one of the best passers on the team.
Right. Yeah, he is a very great passer, has very great vision, which I think that actually helps us with him as a forward spot, to be able to pass out of the post or to even step out into almost a 5-out look and be able to bring the other team's centers, if you want to call them, out and try to exploit that.
Parker Rollet, you know what you're getting out of him, a smooth jumper, a nice lanky body near the rim. What's Parker done as he goes into his final go-around at Mossy Creek to elevate his game?
I think one thing he's really improved on is his just physicalness. So around the basket, he's really worked on being more physical and not getting pushed around and stuff. And then also even expanding his game behind the three-point line and knocking down more of those shots.
And finally, Dima Baikov, a guy who is night and day different from a year ago. Probably 280 pounds last season. He's dropped weight, maybe 230 now. What's that enabled him to do that you've seen through the first few practices of preseason?
One of the biggest things is he's just lighter on his feet on the defensive side of the ball. He's able to move quicker, get into better defensive positions, and be able to get up off the floor for contesting shots, rebounding, stuff like that. Because he's a big guy. He's always going to be able to push around people, but just being lighter on his feet to be able to move more.
You also get back a Cam Andre. He saw significant playing time a year ago. How's he elevated his game heading into his sophomore season?
One thing is along the lines of Dima, he lost some weight coming back this year, so he's a little bit more explosive around the rim. He's always had a nice soft finish to be able to finish some hook shots, stuff like that. But I think with him losing some weight, he'll be able to be more explosive, so rebounding, maybe blocking some shots, and just being able to move better on the defensive side as well.
That is senior forward Mason Bates. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.